We're now monitoring traffic volumes at Mpumalanga ports of entries as traffic volumes are likely to increase as the Easter weekend comes to an end. Let's go to our reporter, Siphephile Kunene. Sbongakonke, a very good morning to you. Give us a sense of the traffic flow where you are.
We're coming to you live from the Libombo border post where traffic is expected to grow on the western side, which means traffic will be coming from the Maputo, Mozambique direction towards Gauteng and the other places that side. People are expected to be going back to their workplaces as the holiday ends. But to give us a picture of what's going on today, it's MEC for Community Safety, Security and Liaison, Ngomane. MEC, briefly tell us what to expect today in terms of traffic, your observation so far since you got here.
No, we're expecting the traffic to rise, but when we got in here, we went to the Mozambican side. The indication is showing that there will be no traffic which is going to rise. According to them, they say people they started moving to South Africa since yesterday. So about this time they were supposed to be here already, but as you see, they are not here yet, but we are expecting, we agree with them that by 12 o'clock we will go and check again, but at the moment the traffic is flowing very well.
Thank you, MEC. That was MEC for Community Safety, Security and Liaison in Mpumalanga. He's basically saying there isn't much traffic expected as people started traveling yesterday. They were traveling through the night. They're still traveling now. According to their Mozambican counterparts, they're just expecting average traffic. Yes, there'll be a bit of growth, but it won't be that huge. We'll now be crossing to Sbongakonke Mbatha in Durban.
Thank you very much, Siphephile. We are, of course, monitoring travels as many travel worshippers as well included are making their way back to their respective destinations right here at the Marrianhill toll plaza. If I would just step out of shot for a moment so that my colleague Nomhlengubane will show you visuals of the activity that is currently happening here at the Marrianhill toll plaza, where there's a lot of cars coming in to the city of Durban and thousands, if not, are coming out to their respective destinations. It was recorded when the Easter weekend started on Thursday that over 90,000 motorists were recorded passing through toll gate plazas on the N3 from Thursday afternoon. And right now we are seeing almost 1,200 reported to have been passing through this very toll plaza. It's between 8 and 9 this morning, and those numbers are expected to peak as many of the travel makers who are here for this Easter weekend as well as worshippers are making their way home. We do understand that not many incidents were recorded here in KwaZulu-Natal as far as traffic is concerned, but 500 motorists were apprehended, as well as 65,000 received fines, various fines from drinking and driving, roadworthiness, which articulates the activity that we are seeing on our background, because different law enforcement personnel are exercising various security checks, from checking the car's roadworthiness, how many people are in the car, but most importantly, the drinking and driving, because we will recall that when the Minister of Transport in the country, Mr. Blade Nzimande, launched the security week ahead of Easter weekend, he did, of course, launch the breathalyzer that was going to be particularly able to detect the amount of alcohol a motorist has on the road. Of course, this is a safety measure to ensure that there's a limit or decrease significantly on road fatalities. And as a result, this particular Easter weekend in KwaZulu-Natal is one that has not seen many road fatalities as compared to the last Easter weekend from last year. If I continue once again to step out of shot so that my colleague Nomhlengubane will continue to show you, there's different clusters of the transport department from your Metro Police, to your road traffic inspectorate, as well as the National Traffic Police. We are, of course, expecting the Minister later on. He will be giving us an overview of how this weekend has been. And of course, a lot of questions that he needs to answer, particularly considering the various events that occurred from Thursday. We will recall the cyclist hit and run. So there have been many questions that have risen as far as roads being inclusive of cyclists, because this particular incident is happening 2 months after the previous one that happened here in KwaZulu-Natal in Umdloti, and the one in Umdloti happened 6 months after the one that happened in Gauteng. So there's been a series of hit and run, or rather cyclist accidents, where people are losing their lives on the road. So that particular question will be coming up for the minister to be able to give us some sort of insight in terms of the road rules and how inclusive are they of cyclists, which roads are demarcated for cyclists, which roads are inclusive of cyclists, and those that are not, how can it be communicated or articulated to cyclists to opt not to use such roads. But for now, we will be monitoring the traffic flows here in KwaZulu-Natal. Like I did mention, that we were recording just over 1,200 of motorists making their way back to their different destinations. We will be keeping track of the traffic as it peaks, and of course we will be speaking to the minister later on. He is going to be giving us a full overview as to how the Easter weekend has been in KwaZulu-Natal in particular, and of course an overview for the country as a whole. It's back to you in studio, Desiree.
And that 1,200 cars in only an hour, that's quite a number there. Thank you so much, Sbongakonke.